some trading ideas there. But the stock which has reacted quite negatively today is Biocon, down to 250 now, down a whole 17 rupees. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw of Biocon joins in to talk about the rupture of their deal with Pfizer on insulin. Kiran, good morning. Thanks for joining in. The part of the uncertainty in the market is because of the milestone payments and how much of it was going to be booked from here on and how you would treat that now. Can you just give us some clarity on how milestones, both received and pending, will be treated in your account statements?
Well, you know, right now, Dayan, what all I can say is that as far as the financial accounting is concerned, we will basically, address this, and you will see it reflected in our fourth quarter earnings. But suffice to say that we will try to treat it no differently than we have done in the past. If you recall, Biocon was responsible for development and manufacturing, and it still remains that same way. There's no change in treating the income received from Pfizer towards these particular, responsibilities. So I don't believe that you're going to see much of a significant impact on our P&L going in terms of our short-term earnings.
The question I was asking, Kiran, is more on whether you have to forego certain future milestone payments, or do you have to refund any of the received milestone payments from Pfizer?
No, there is no refund at all. We actually get to retain all the amounts paid thus far, and we also are going to be paid an additional amount by Pfizer towards the settlement of this particular deal.
Kiran, morning. What had you penciled in, though, in terms of estimates, both for Q4 in terms of potential milestone payments and for the full year 13? You must have been working on a base case assumption. Yes, but I think
that does not change at all, Mithali. There is no impact on anything for the next few years. Because as you know, these development programs and milestones linked to them were over the next 5 years. So over the next 2 years, there is no change or impact on P&L.
You have indicated, Kiran, that you are already in conversation with other parties in order to take this alliance forward, and you do have a parallel contract running with Mylan at this point. Have you finalized or reached any decision in terms of who you would want to tie up with, or would Biocon like to go this alone?
I don't believe that I have stated that we are in discussions with anyone. As yet, we do have very strong existing regional partners, and we will certainly, enhance our partnership with these regional partners that we have in several key emerging markets. And we will certainly be prudent enough to do whatever it takes to forge alliances in other key regional markets, including, the US and European markets. And we believe that we are very committed to our global aspirations of being represented in the insulin space in a very significant way.
You mentioned that aside of the amounts which you have received already, you will get an additional amount from Pfizer as part of the separation deal. Can you indicate what that amount is?
Unfortunately, for confidentiality reasons, I won't be able to share that amount, but you will see it reflected in some way in our fourth quarterly earnings numbers.
Now, if you could tell us why the deal fell through, and given that the deal has fallen through, would it be difficult for you to find another partner at some stage, given that a global giant like Pfizer has walked away from it?
Well, the main reason why Pfizer exited this opportunity was really because of changed business priorities in their biosimilars programs. And they basically have indicated to us that they would like to focus on their other biosimilar programs, which are largely monoclonal antibodies and recombinant proteins. And the two companies parted very amicably because we felt that, insulins was a top priority for Biocon, and we are committed to, taking these to global markets. And we therefore felt that it was in our best interest to part ways and, for Biocon to independently pursue this opportunity. We do not believe that, there is going to be any dearth of interest in partnering us in this insulin space. It's a very large opportunity. Insulins and insulin analogs as biosimilars offer a large market opportunity at the size of about $15 billion plus. We believe that there's a lot of interest for companies to address this market opportunity, and we do not believe that Pfizer's exit is going to really impact our ability to interest other parties.
Was revenue generation at all an issue, Kiran? I mean, how many drugs had you launched under this deal? What kind of revenues was it generating already?
Well, as you know, the only market where Pfizer launched was in India, which, as you know, is a small market for them. And it was a very short stay that they had in India. So that really is no indication of any revenue issues. Revenues were only going to kick in post-2015 for Pfizer. So I don't think there was any short-term revenue impact for either company. And Biocon itself has a very strong insulin business globally. We are selling our product in 27 different markets. And even, predating the Pfizer deal, we have several key partners in very key emerging markets. And it was through these partners that we were able to be very strongly present in many markets in Latin America, Brazil, Mexico, Chile, and many others.
Sure. Whatever financial adjustments you need to make, Kiran, including this one-time severance payment, all of it will be booked in Q4, or will you have to phase it out into FY13 as well?
We would like to phase it out. Because as I mentioned, the way we are treating income is not going to change. We have actually agreed to look at, Pfizer income even before this annulment took place in a certain manner, and we propose to go forward along the same lines broadly.
What do you propose to do with the cash, Kiran? $150 million plus the additional payment. Will it be spent in development of the insulin project, or do you intend to give some of it back to shareholders?
No, I think, we have a large commitment to developing biosimilar insulins. And we are already in phase 3 development for European registration. In fact, it's very close to conclusion. And we also have phase 1 global development of glargine, and we have an active US IND in place now. So it requires a lot of investment to take these products to these markets. And we remain committed to taking these products to these markets, and funding these 2 programs to commercialization is something that we are really focused on, because, the funding is not going to be an issue.
Thanks, Kiran. Appreciate you joining in today with all those clarifications. That's Biocon. Stock still remains 6.5% down, but Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw says that there will not be any significant impact, not financial impact, because they will get to retain most of the money, all the money that they've got from Pfizer and some more.
No special dividend either.
No special dividend. Money will be invested. 54.15 on the Nifty, Dow up 56 points. We'll take a quick break and come back and focus on the budget.